Hi, good afternoon and welcome to another show on Praise Talk. My name is Praise Asimota. I'm sure you've had a wonderful week and God has been good. The Bible tells us that the mercies of the Lord are new every morning. I don't know about you, but every day I key into the grace and the mercy of God to keep me going. And obviously that's why I'm here, and that's why you are there in the comfort of your home. We have a great show ahead of us. I've got two beautiful ladies here from our international headquarters, and we'll be talking about our women's conference that is going on right now in the heart of WEBIC, London. It's a place that you have to be. And today's Saturday, just join us when you can, as soon as you can. Get into your car, get on the bus, whatever you need to do, just grab yourself together and come down and join us, because God is doing great things in our midst. And tomorrow is going to be Mothering Sunday. So first of all, I want to wish my mom happy Mother's Day, and some more special people. We would be wishing you a happy Mother's Day. But I bring to your screen Sister Yemi and Sister Bumi of World Evangelism Bible Church. Ma'am, you are welcome to Praise Talk.
Thank you.
You're welcome to
Thank
Praise
you for
Talk.
having me.
These are people that watch Praise Talk, you know, from a distance, and today it's a privilege to have you here. You know, obviously we'll be talking about the women's conference that is going on right now, and we want you to be a part of this. The theme is a woman with a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, and we want to send a special Happy Mother's Day message to our mother in the Lord, Prophetess Mercy Ayorinde, who I know is in the heart of Nigeria. But if you're watching, you can pass the word on that we send greetings to her. And also to our mother in the house, Pastor Mrs. Lola Dapo Adeboyega. That's how she likes to call herself.
That's good.
If you want to see her smile, just call her Dapo Adeboyega. Lola Dapo Adeboyega. We wish you a happy Mother's Day. And to all the mothers, all the WEBIC branches, we send you our love. And we know that tomorrow you would celebrate, and we will celebrate with you. And happy Mother's Day to you too, mummies.
Yeah, thank you. And to you.
Thank you very much. Now, a woman with a difference. The conference is going on. Why should people come to the conference?
Hi everyone.
Sorry.
I think there's quite a lot of things which is happening there. Yesterday we had a great woman of God. I was there.
Yes.
You know, the guest artist Rebecca.
Yes.
It was wonderful.
Amen.
It was
Amen.
great.
Amen.
And today we're having quite a lot of conferences and seminars, and not just. It's a church program, but there's quite a lot women should know.
Yes,
definitely. And should, get, interested in.
Definitely.
Like we have, seminars about, properties.
Yeah.
Women can own, properties. They
Yes.
can be landlords,
Yes.
or landladies.
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 To be politically correct.
Yes, landladies,
Yeah.
And not just that, there'll be quite a lot of networking. We have a stand, where people, you can, where we have people with their business cards, their products, what they do, entrepreneurs, different types of things they do.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to be in an exclusive club to actually meet other entrepreneurs. You're welcome to come, meet other people, share ideas, network. Socialize, network with each other.
That's right.
And the seminars which we've heard earlier today would actually, has encouraged me as a person, and would encourage quite a lot of people. We're still having some more. We're finishing by 4 today, so like you can still come, like. We need, the motivational speakers that would encourage each woman.
Yeah.
You just don't have to depend on your husband for this or for that. You can actually make money.
Amen.
You can actually go out there, make money, work hard, start little businesses from your sitting room, your living room.
I like that.
And, you're there.
So now, I know you're a mum, and I know that you're obviously your wife, and then you're a mum. And I believe that you have your hands in business as well.
Yes.
Now, what has encouraged you as a woman to go into that? Because you're obviously speaking from your own personal experience.
Yes.
What has encouraged you? Because from earlier discussion, which we could cover, some women don't have that opportunity. They don't have the drive that would push them in as much as they want to. So what has made you or put you on that drive to make a difference, let's say, in your home?
Yeah. As a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, I found that most women, most wives, most times will sit in the background and the husband go out there to make the money. And, when they want to refer to the wife, they don't know them as a person. They have to refer to them, in respect of their husband. Oh, this is the wife of, not us. This is Yemi.
Right.
You understand?
Okay.
And I feel that I need to go out there and make a difference.
Right.
I am an individual. I need to, do something with my life. Not just sitting in the background, and, waiting for, people to address me as the wife of this person or that person or the mother of this person. I want to have an identity.
You're touching on a very interesting subject there.
Yeah.
Because how do you feel when they call you Mommy Eniola?
In a way, I'm happy to be called Mommy Eniola,
Okay.
but at the same time, I like to be called Bumi because that is me.
That is who you are.
That's who I am,
Okay.
and I am an individual.
Right.
And when people tend to call you Mommy Eniola, they don't see me as anything else. They just see me as Eniola's mommy.
Right.
Whereas I would like to be actually acknowledged for what I'm capable of doing,
Right.
what I'm doing right now.
Right.
And that is why I'm here.
So we've now got into a very, very interesting area, which which I want us to address.
Yeah.
Okay, because I think it's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm not Nigerian, and we don't have that in our culture, where people are called by the name of your
Children.
your first child or your children.
Right.
Now I met it when I came among you people, and as sometimes you embrace other people's culture.
Yes.
But there's something that I definitely know about our prophetess. She doesn't like being called the wife of.
Yes.
She likes being known. If you see every single thing that we do, it is Prophetess Mercy Ayorinde.
That's right.
And I personally believe that her husband has supported her in that. And that's why she can walk in the liberty of doing that. Now, if somebody was to reject being called Mommy, your daughter's name, sorry. Chinasa, sorry. Mommy Chinasa, and you said, don't call me Mommy Chinasa, what would be the reaction, the typical reaction of somebody in your culture?
Well, they'll feel strange. It's like, what's happening?
Right.
But then that is our mentality as Nigerians.
Okay.
Like, we feel as a den, the mothers of yesteryears, because they don't really have any other identity apart from being a wife or a mother.
Right. Okay.
So, and most times the men have several wives.
Okay.
So, when you now call them by their child's name,
I've got
they
a
feel,
child.
it's
Yeah,
like
it
an
comes to
identity.
identify.
Yes.
Oh,
To identify
yes.
you among the rest of the wives. Is, This is me.
This is mama.
Somebody.
This,
right. So
mommy,
this is what I take pride in.
Exactly.
That's right.
Okay.
Because that's the only identity.
Right.
But-
So in our culture now, where people are having one wife, okay, one man, one wife, which is what God has ordained. It's very important for the woman to stand out with her own identity.
That's
Yes.
Right. And is this a movement? Are you protesting against
Oh,
that?
Women's sleep. Yes, women's sleep.
Okay. So, it's so important because some of these things you don't get to talk about it. You just hear, you blend in, and you keep going. But until somebody actually says something like this, no disrespect to the women that enjoy being called by their children's name. We obviously appreciate you. But on the other end, you're talking about maintaining your identity and making a difference.
That's right.
And making a difference, one, is actually speaking about what we just covered just now, but also finding yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And as a mom, Sister Bumi, how have you been able to maintain your identity, even though you're a mom, and you're obviously your wife?
That's right.
Which I know you're very happy to be.
Yes, I
But
am.
how have you been able to maintain that?
I've been lucky, and I could say I've been fortunate in that my husband is the kind of man that lets you go out there and do your own thing. He's not one of those men that says you can't do this. And because I've got him behind me, it makes life much easier for me. As I said earlier, I'm proud to be called Eniola's mom, but at the same time, I want to be called Bumi doing this. Bumi the businesswoman, Bumi the entrepreneur, Bumi the, you know, like I want people to know me for something substantial, apart from just being a wife to my husband or a mother to my children. And I think I'm getting there with the grace of God. I'm branching out to do my own thing, and I'm proud that I've got the opportunity to do it. And I believe I've got the backing of my kids as well. They want mommy to go out there and do it.
So you know what? You need to join us, because at this conference is a place where women will be able to discover themselves. You know, it's interesting that it doesn't mean that because you're an individual, you are called by a name, you are got to a certain age, that means you have discovered yourself. You know, people still are searching on who am I really? What would I be able to do that would just catapult me to the top? You know, what would I be able to do that people would, that would make a name for me? You know, and sometimes conferences like this, you mentioned about one of the speakers there, let me just get her name. The lady that is covering the property, Caroline, how she actually went to a conference.
That's right.
And how the conference, tell us about that.
I read a little bit about her, and what actually happened was she went to a business seminar, and she listened to a business conference, and from there, she had a goal that she wants to be somebody, and she was so determined, and she strived on for about 6 months, and actually had a one-to-one with the guy that had a seminar she went to. And from there on, I've been creative, I've been hardworking, I've been, you know, she was motivated, and she had a goal that I want to be somebody, I want to do this. And she did it. She's actually one of the top what's the culture called? Property investors in England, in Britain. And she was actually, I think a few years ago, she was actually on telly because she's now known. And she will be done worldwide. And from then on, she strives to motivate more women, and she goes around and having this type of seminars. And we're having her, as we're speaking, she's in our midst today. And I'm encouraging a lot of women out there, if you've got the time, please come and listen to her, because you will gain something.
Wow. So it's being at the right place,
at the right time,
getting the right message. I want us to go and have a look at the advert, and we'll be right back after this.
Make a difference. It's time for the champion in you to come alive. At this special conference, WEBIC International Headquarters London presents A Woman with a Difference. Featuring Pastor Yemi Adeleke, Senior Pastor RCCG House of Praise and President, Total Women Ministries International, Bishop Michael Hutton-Wood and his wife, Pastor Bernice Hutton-Wood, founders of the Leadership Factory and Senior Pastors House of Judah, Reverend Dapo Adegboyega, WEBIC European Coordinator and Senior Pastor International Headquarters Church London, Caroline Marsh, philanthropist and entrepreneur with special interest in prophetry development, guest artist Rebecca, minstrel and worship leader, world-class evangel choir, anointed worship of note, and your host, Pastor Lola Dapo Adegboyega, co-senior pastor, WEBIC International Headquarters London. It's going to be a time of refreshing revival and reawakening to make a great difference in your generation. Date, Friday 16th to Sunday 18th March 2012. Friday 6 p.m., Saturday 12 noon, and Sunday 9 a.m. Venue, The Place, 1819 Crimscott Street off Grange Road, Bermondsey, London, SE1 5TE. It's time to make a difference. Don't miss it.
Well, you have seen the advert, and it means that you need to make it a date. Join us today, Saturday, the 17th, and tomorrow, the 18th, is going to be Mother's Day. We have been discussing, I've got two wonderful ladies here from World Evangelism Bible Church International Headquarters, and we have been discussing about a woman with a difference, because that's a conference that is happening over this weekend. And we have covered some quite sensitive areas, which for me personally has been an eye-opener. Because sometimes not everything is explained until probably the topic comes up, you know. But we want to encourage women, you know, to push themselves. Because I realize that help comes from outside. But if you yourself as an individual does not identify that you need help, then you're not like magnet. It's a negative and a positive that meets together. If that help, if you don't realize that you need help and what comes to you does not meet, then it will just go over your head or meet someone else. Somebody else that is ready, you know. But we know that you will be ready to get your help in Jesus' name. We have been covering our speakers. We had Pastor Yemi Adeleke yesterday, and also we would have Caroline Marsh today. We'll also have Bishop Houghtonwood and the wife, and who will be ministering to the ladies, to the married and the single. How have you been able to make a difference as a married woman? We've talked about yourself as an individual. Because making a difference as a married woman, I'll tell you how. You can meet someone and you can make or break that person.
That's right.
Do you understand? And there has been obviously a lot of success stories where women have, you know, there's a saying that a woman sees a project in a man.
That's true. I believe
That's true.
You know, you see a project and, you know, you see potential and you go, okay, I'll marry him.
And work on him.
You know. But say, I mean, how have you been able to make a difference in the life of your husband?
Wow, that's huge. I thank God, and I'm just so fortunate. I married the man I married.
Wow.
As I said, a man is a project, and a woman actually work on him.
Wow.
When I met him, he was it's like unrefined gold.
Wow.
And with God's help, it became very refined, very valuable.
Wow.
You know, I can't put a price on him.
Wow.
You know, as a woman, a married woman, I think you should have, or rather, you should live a life of integrity. Because if you are married or about to get married, you're engaged, and you're not faithful, you're not trustworthy, you're not honest. Honestly, no matter what you do, cook the best meal for the man. You know, do everything within your, you know, your powers. The man would find out. He would either learn to love you or to detest you. So as a wife or as a wife to be engaged, or you're in a relationship, you're getting married, just try to cultivate integrity. I talk a lot about integrity. That is me. You know, because integrity is something you learn, you cultivate, it grows. It just doesn't come one day. You know, little by little.
There's a process.
Yes. Telling your husband or your fiancé you're going to the market, make sure that's where you're going.
That's right.
You're not branching over to the salon to get your hair done. You know, just try to be truthful, you know, try to be honest, try to be trustworthy. If he gives you £10, you know, just make a little soup, you know. Use the £10 for the soup. Don't divert it to something else and come and say, oh, I went to the market today, everything is so expensive. Well, can you believe I could only buy a loaf of bread and a bottle of milk? You know, if you're so unlucky, you might go out the next day and say, oh, let me help her and buy some things. And it's spending £10, buying quite a lot. You know, so little things like that actually do add up. Right. You know, and it makes a man to actually have a different view of you. It might not suddenly change. That's why some men would change. And the wives will say, oh, I don't know what happened, you just it's an accumulation of lack of integrity from the woman. I mean, men to have their issues, yes, but this time we're talking about women.
Yeah.
We should try to cultivate integrity, and you know, it's hard, it's not easy. A lot of people would dislike you for that because they'll feel, oh, you're too honest, or you're too this, you're too righteous. It's not a matter of being righteous, but it's you knowing, you know, setting your priorities right. And knowing this is how I want to live. And that's it.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And Sabumi, as now you're married, okay, what was your perception when you were single about marriage? And how were you able to overcome the unexpected?
Okay. Yeah, that's a big one as well.
Yeah,
you know, as a teenager or as a single lady, we've all had this dream. I'm going to have everything. On the white horse, on the white horse, and taking me away, and we're living happily ever after. And you know, everything's going to be hunky-dory, everything's going to be perfect.
Dreams.
But they've got quite, honestly, it's a good dream. But in reality, it's quite different because it's like two people of different upbringing coming together and living as one. And he's got his own ways of doing things. I've got mine. So at first, there's always this little bit of confusion that, oh, have I done the right thing or not? But that being said, I believe in a marriage, you have to be compatible. Compatibility is a very good thing. Yeah, love is a good thing, but you have to be married to somebody you are compatible with, because if you're compatible, then you can overlook so many things.
Yeah.
Everything will not be a problem to you, and you don't get yourself angry all the time.
Right. We're going to the second bit, but I like the area that you just covered about compatibility.
Right.
Yeah.
So now, as when you were single, how were you able to find compatibility in your husband?
Yeah. Actually, the way I met my husband is quite funny because I was introduced to him. I went to my friends, and I'm like this girl that I like to do my own thing. I believe I don't need anybody's help. I can go out. I'm very, very independent. And, you know, then I wasn't really a Christian, so I believe I don't need a man to make me. I can make it on my own. And I've got this, well, I've seen men beating their wives. No, if this is this what I'm going to get? I don't want it until I get my prince. Because I've got that prince at the back of my mind that I really wanted to marry. But when I met him, and we got talking actually, and then I didn't realize it was like a blind date, because my friend was like, oh, she's got a friend that is nice, and this is me, and I need somebody that is nice and trustworthy. And we got going, and he just said, oh, how are you? No, chat. Then we exchanged phone numbers, just as friends.
That been set up. You didn't know.
Oh,
I didn't know that. And he called me up, and we started chatting, and through our conversation, I'm like, I like him calling me all the time. I like to hear his voice. And then one day he said, oh, can I come visit you? And he came. And it clicked with my dad. So he practically married my dad.
Before he married you?
He got married before me. Because they started talking. And
are you a daddy's girl?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And anything my dad likes, I like.
You like.
And anything I like, my dad likes.
And it worked.
And it worked.
Wow. Are you not privileged?
Yes, I am. And I've still got him now.
And you still got him. That's good.
So it's a good thing.
Right. So women have to be, you have to search for compatibility.
Compatibility. Yeah. Because when you're dating, don't overlook so many things. And like, oh, I'm going to change him. I'm going to change him. I'm going to change him. No. It's difficult to change an individual.
Wow, we haven't got much time. This is going so good. I wish I could, just keep going on. But I just wanted to ask really quickly, were you under pressure when you were single to get married?
No.
You weren't?
No, I wasn't.
So you had the flexibility
Yes.
of saying yes and no,
Yes.
which sometimes single people can be faced with.
Yes.
So therefore, taking time out to find that
Yeah, the right
compatibility,
person.
they can say, put that aside and make sure you just marry him and be an obedient wife,
Yes.
which is not a bad thing, but the Lord will help with all of us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
But we want you to come down to the conference, join us at World Evangelism Bible Church. Do you know something? We have the privilege of sharing things like this because we're encouraging our house to
Yes.
be individuals.
Yeah.
And WEBIC is a place that, not just because we're WEBIC members, but is a place that you will be groomed and you would be able to maintain your identity as a woman. We love you and we know that God has called you as an individual. And we want to encourage you to join us for this weekend and join us for any of our services on Sundays, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you will not regret it. Meeting these lovely ladies and myself in the house, we will be able to, maybe you need a lady to talk to and ask for advice. We have mothers in the house that will speak to you. We have women of your same level, and we even have our young youths who are very busy, making themselves useful in the house. So we encourage people to find themselves and worship and also make an impact in the community. I hope that you've enjoyed this time, but please make it a date this weekend at World Evangelism Bible Church, and we will be happy to welcome you. The advert is coming back right after this interview, but Sayemi, Peter side, I need to say thank you so much for coming on Praise Talk.
Thank you.
And to Sayemi, Sabumi, thank you so much for coming on Praise Talk. It's a privilege.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will be right back after this.
Make a difference. It's time for the champion in you to come alive. At this special conference, WEBIC International Headquarters London presents A Woman with a Difference. Featuring Pastor Yemi Adeleke, Senior Pastor RCCG House of Praise and President, Total Women Ministries International, Bishop Michael Hutton-Wood and his wife, Pastor Bernice Hutton-Wood, founders of the Leadership Factory and Senior Pastors House of Judah, Reverend Dapo Adegboyega, WEBIC European Coordinator and Senior Pastor International Headquarters Church London, Caroline Marsh, philanthropist and entrepreneur with special interest in prophetry development, guest artist Rebecca, minstrel and worship leader, world-class evangel choir, anointed worship of note, and your host, Pastor Lola Dapo Adegboyega, co-senior pastor, WEBIC International Headquarters London. It's going to be a time of refreshing revival and reawakening to make a great difference in your generation. Date, Friday 16th to Sunday 18th March 2012. Friday 6 p.m., Saturday 12 noon, and Sunday 9 a.m. Venue, the place.